In a world where comfort is king and the path of least resistance is the default setting, few people dare to challenge the limits of their own potential. David Goggins is one of those rare individuals. His story, as told in Can't Hurt Me, Master Your Mind and Defy the Odds, is a testament to the power of relentless self-discipline, mental toughness, and the refusal to accept defeat. Goggins doesn't just preach resilience, he embodies it, transforming himself from a broken, overweight young man into a Navy SEAL, ultra-endurance athlete, an inspirational figure admired by millions. Goggins grew up facing overwhelming adversity. His childhood was fraught with abuse, racism, and poverty. The odds were stacked against him from the very beginning. He endured a relentlessly abusive father whose violence left scars both physical and emotional. The family eventually escaped, but the trauma lingered, shaping Goggins into a boy who felt invisible and powerless. School was no sanctuary. He struggled academically and socially, further reinforcing a sense of isolation. Yet even as he faced these challenges, a small spark of determination flickered within him, a sense that he was capable of more, even if he didn't yet know how to unlock that potential. As he entered adulthood, Goggins found himself overweight and aimless, working as a pest control technician, spraying cockroaches in fast food restaurants. He was living in a cycle of self-doubt, stress, and unhealthy habits. But one night, watching a documentary about Navy SEALs, Goggins was struck by a revelation. If these men, who seemed superhuman in their toughness, could endure such extreme hardship, perhaps he could too. This moment marked the beginning of his journey toward mastering his mind and defying the odds. To become a Navy SEAL, Goggins had to lose over 100 pounds in just a few months. The process was brutal. He ran through pain, ignored his body's screams for rest, and forced himself to confront the voice in his head that told him to quit. Goggins describes this internal battle as facing his inner governor, the part of the mind that seeks comfort, that tells us to stop when things get hard. He learned that most people operate at only 40% of their capacity. When you think you're done, you're barely halfway there. By pushing past that threshold, you begin to unlock a reservoir of untapped potential. BUD-S, the grueling training program for Navy SEALs, is designed to break even the strongest candidates. Goggins didn't just survive it. He thrived, becoming one of the few men to complete 3 Hell Weeks in 1 year. Each Hell Week is a 5-day crucible of sleep deprivation, physical agony, and psychological stress. Goggins found that the key to enduring this torment was not physical strength, but mastery of the mind. He developed a calloused mind through repeated exposure to pain and suffering, building mental armor that would serve him throughout his life. But Goggins' journey didn't end with the Navy SEALs. He went on to become an ultramarathon runner, tackling races that stretched for 100 miles or more. He pushed his body to the brink of collapse, running on broken bones and torn ligaments, refusing to quit even when every rational voice told him to stop. Goggins' approach to these challenges was simple but profound. Embrace the pain, lean into discomfort, and refuse to accept limits. He learned that growth only happens outside of the comfort zone, when you are willing to suffer for your goals. Throughout his journey, Goggins developed a series of powerful tools for mental transformation. Chief among them is the accountability mirror, a practice of looking into the mirror every day and confronting your own weaknesses and excuses. Instead of hiding from uncomfortable truths, Goggins forced himself to face them head-on, using honesty as a springboard for change. He wrote down his goals and failures on sticky notes, plastering them to his mirror so he couldn't escape them. This radical self-accountability propelled him forward, turning setbacks into opportunities for growth. Goggins also emphasizes the importance of the cookie jar, a mental repository of past accomplishments and moments of triumph. When faced with overwhelming adversity, he reaches into the cookie jar, reminding himself of what he's already overcome. This practice builds resilience, reinforcing the belief that no challenge is insurmountable. It's not about ego or arrogance, but about cultivating inner strength and self-belief. The lessons of Can't Hurt Me extend far beyond the world of extreme athletics or military training. Goggins' journey is a blueprint for anyone seeking to break through self-imposed limitations. He teaches that suffering is not to be feared, but embraced as a crucible for growth. Pain is inevitable, but how you respond to it is a choice. By mastering your mind, you can transform weakness into strength, setbacks into comebacks, and dreams into reality. Goggins is candid about his failures and vulnerabilities. He does not present himself as invincible, but as someone who has learned to harness pain and adversity as fuel for transformation. His message is clear: you are in control of your own destiny. No one else can do the work for you. Excuses are easy, discipline is hard. But the rewards of relentless self-improvement are profound. A sense of purpose, pride, and the knowledge that you have become the best version of yourself. To master your mind, Goggins recommends embracing discomfort, setting audacious goals, and cultivating an unbreakable work ethic. It's about doing the hard things, even when no one is watching, because that's where true growth lies. He advocates for the 40% rule, reminding us to push past the point of initial discomfort and to keep grinding long after the pain sets in. The journey is not glamorous. It's often lonely and filled with setbacks. But in those moments of struggle, you discover who you truly are. At its core, "Can't hurt me" is a rallying cry for those who refuse to settle. It's a challenge to break free from the shackles of self-doubt, to rise above circumstance, and to pursue greatness with relentless intensity. Goggins' life is proof that extraordinary transformation is possible, no matter where you start. All it takes is the willingness to suffer, to endure, and to keep moving forward when every fiber of your being screams for you to quit. In a world obsessed with comfort and shortcuts, Goggins stands as a reminder that true fulfillment comes from overcoming adversity. Master your mind, defy the odds, and remember, you are far more capable than you ever imagined. The only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. So, face the mirror, embrace the pain, and forge your own path. Because nothing can hurt you when you've mastered your mind.